Level 1, the enlistee. You're 18. You sign the paper yourself. No pressure, no one forcing you. Maybe you believed in something. Maybe you just knew staying was worse than leaving. Doesn't matter now, the ink is dry. 3 days later, you're on a bus to Fort Sam Houston, 1968. Vietnam isn't something on TV anymore. It's in your orders. Basic is 8 weeks. You thought you knew how to run. Turns out running while someone screams you'll get everyone killed is a different skill. You're assigned 68 whiskey, combat medic. Others wanted infantry, armor. You chose to keep people alive. Sounded simple on paper. Week 1, hospital corners so tight a coin bounces. Week 2, strip an M16 in the dark under a minute. Week 3, tourniquet, dummy with a shredded thigh. Stop the bleeding, 90 seconds. You do it in 83. No praise, just silence. That's how you know you didn't screw up. Nights smell like sweat and boot polish. 22 men in one room, snoring, whispering, praying. One guy cries every night for 2 weeks, then he stops. You don't ask why. You write home, "I'm good, food's fine." You don't mention you now know exactly how fast someone can bleed out. 4 minutes, sometimes less. By the end, you're not a civilian with good intentions anymore. You're a medic, and somewhere a jungle is already waiting. Level 2, the field medic. You're 19, Quang Tri Province. The heat feels alive, heavy, constant, sitting on your chest. 12 men. You're the only medic. They don't call you by name anymore, just Doc. That's not a nickname, that's a contract. Your aid bag weighs 14 kilos. Morphine, dressings, plasma, chest seals. Everything you need, nothing you can drop, not even when you sleep. First casualty hits faster than training ever prepared you for. Gunfire cracks open the morning. Corporal Hutchkins drops next to you. You move before you think. Compression, check. No arterial spray, pack the wound. Airway, clear. He's screaming. Good, that means he's alive. Medevac comes in 19 minutes. He goes home. You stay. Second time is worse. Landmine, 2 men down. One loses a foot, the other's gut is torn open. 2 hands, 1 bag, 6 minutes until help. You make choices no one can teach. Who gets morphine first? Who waits? That night, you replay everything, not because you think you failed, because you need to be sure you didn't. They both live. No celebration. You pick up your bag, move out. Level 3, the senior medic. You're 23, 11 months in. You've seen everything. Bullets, blasts, heat stroke, malaria, things most people can't even picture. Now there are new medics, John, Henry. They look at you the way you used to look at others. You don't lie to them. It doesn't get easier. It gets cleaner. Less shaking, faster decisions. Panic turns into routine. You drill them until muscle memory takes over. Tourniquets in the dark, needles without hesitation. Seconds matter. One day, John freezes. 3 seconds. That's forever out here. You step in. Later, you sit with him. No yelling. What did you see? Myself. You nod. Training doesn't remove fear. Experience overrides it. He gets better. Solid. You get recommended for a commendation. There's a ceremony. Something gets pinned to your chest. You're already thinking about supplies running late and whether your plasma is still usable. You're good at this. Not pride, just fact. And that's a heavy thing to carry. Level 4, Medic Sergeant. You're 27. War's over. You came home in 72. Airport, uniform on. Nobody meets your eyes. That part isn't in the ads. You re-enlist. not just because there's nowhere else, but because this is the only place your skills make full sense. Now you're at Fort Bragg, sergeant, 5 medics under you. Cold War in the background, new doctrines, new threats. You adapt, same as always. Your medics are sharp, but green in ways that matter. There's one, Angela Reyes, calm, precise, better than most you've seen. Army's not sure about giving her a shot. You keep writing the same thing in reports. Deploy her, she's ready. They ignore it. You keep writing it anyway. Training accident one night, vehicle rollover, 2 trapped. You stay back, let your medics handle it. They do everything right. That's the job now, not just skill, but confidence.
Level 5, Physician Assistant. You're 31, back to school. Now you're captain, still doc. You're at a Roll 2 facility, not the front line, but the line before death gets real close. Most days, routine injuries. Some days, you remember exactly why this place exists. You run drills at 3 a.m., not because you have to, because you know what happens if you don't. Your team hates it sometimes. They're tired. Yeah, you know tired. One nurse stays late after a bad drill and rewrites part of the protocol. You read it at 6 a.m. with terrible coffee. It's better than yours. You implement it, give him full credit. Rank doesn't matter. Results do.
Level 6, Flight Surgeon. You're 36. Now it's not just wounds, it's performance. Sleep, stress, cognition. You keep pilots alive before anything goes wrong. One of the best pilots comes in, says he's fine. He's not. Reaction time is off. Slight, but enough. You ground him. He's furious. 2 days later, mission goes fine without him. He comes back and says, I would have put us in a mountain. That's it. That's the job. Not being liked, being right. Level 7, Battalion Surgeon. You're 42, Iraq, 2003. Now it's decisions at scale. Convoy takes fire, 4 casualties, you have seconds. Triage in under a minute. Assign, stabilize, move. You're tracking everything, team, sky, street. Medevac takes 22 minutes, feels like hours. They live. Later, you sit alone, eat cold rations, and just switch off for a few minutes. Then back up again. 0400, move out. Level 8, Medical Commander. You're 49, hundreds of people under you, full hospital. You don't operate anymore. You make sure everyone else can. IED injuries, constant flow, brutal cases. You fight for resources like it's a battlefield of its own. Denied, rewrite, resend, again. You protect your people too. Burnout is real. One nurse is breaking. You pull her out. A broken medic saves no one. She rests, comes back sharper. That's leadership. Level 9, Advisor. You're 54. Now it's policy. Rooms with no windows. People who forgot what the field feels like. They try to cut training hours. You shut it down. Clearly, no politics. Those hours matter. They decide who makes it home. Different battlefield now. Bureaucracy. Same fight. Level 10. Legacy. You're 60, retired. Teaching. Passing it on. Same techniques you learned decades ago are now everywhere. Kits, schools, streets. You aren't the only one, but you were part of the chain. And that's the point. You were never just a medic. You were a link. Some forged in jungles, some in classrooms, some in rooms where no one wanted to listen. But they all held. At every level, the job never changed. Stop the bleeding, keep them breathing, bring them home.